put the feds back in the hood and in the good, now don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a god, let's own it. Let me ask you, who doing it like Tahoe Bay? Nobody. Who the people's grand sheep? I am. Huh? Show me a boy doing it like Tahoe Bay. Ain't none. And I shut my mouth. Let's go. I can't wait to
check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. Let's see how this look now. I'm just testing right now. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Check 1 2, check 1 2. How we looking in the building? I'm just trying to see if we can get us something going on here. Let me see where we going here. See what we got here. All right, let's see. Bam. Let's see what we got here. Check 1 2, check 1. All right, here we go. I guess we'll have to do this, family. Hold on. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Can you hear me? So listen, family. We might have to return tomorrow. It's 12 o'clock. We can't use any other. Let me see how this looks. So we have to go with this for the next for a little while, family. I can't. I got to get up early tomorrow. So, my time is up. My time is up, family. My time is. Yeah. Let me see how it look on my phone. It looks good. Crip say it look good. Let me see how it look on my phone. Crip say it look good. Listen, let me apologize for y'all because it doesn't make sense that we have. Let me apologize for y'all because it doesn't make sense. Yeah, it. My camera look HD. My camera look HD. Oh, I actually can turn up my mic up in here. All right, the camera look good. All right, fam. The camera. Check 1 2, check 1 2. All right, let me check a few things. Let me check a few things before. It needs you always Crip always need check 1 2. Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. Can you hear now? Mic is good. Just be sure to speak into it. Okay, I got you. How that sound? Check 1 2, check 1 2. All right. So I'm family. It's unfortunate, you know what I mean? Let me see something. Hold up. It's very unfortunate that we're not going to have a live stream tonight. It's unfortunate for the Morse World TV citizens, but it's very fortunate for the frauds. It seems like the mic drop on some sounds. Maybe I need to turn it down a little bit. Or maybe I got it too high. Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. I got the mic all the way up to the check 1 2, check 1 2. Hold up. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Yeah, so I got the mic all the way up to the all the way to the meter. That sounds good. How that sound? Yeah, family. So let me see what I can do here. Let me see what I can do here. Let me see if I can. I want to remove that intro because we tripping.
Ray,
Yeah.
what's the name of that nightclub of yours again?
You talking about the boom boom room?
Yeah, the Boom Boom Room, that's it. Well, I sure like to see that place when you get it all up and running and pretty looking.
Me too, Ray.
Me too. I like to see that rolling too.
Yeah, I tell you what though, Radio, you should have been about it last night. You should have had yourself some big fun.
What you talking about that last night?
Just like I said last night. Satchmo was up in there and nearly blew the roof off the place.
Ray, who that?
Satchmo.
You mean Louis Armstrong?
It's Satchmo, that's what I call him. I know him personally. Whenever he come by my spot, I call him Satchmo, and he come by whenever he in town.
Hey! Ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit, man.
You always trying to say something at the wrong time.
Do whatever you got
Go on sleep. Let us have our
Going
fun.
to sleep. Go ahead there, Ray. Finish telling us about that sex.
Tell me some
Go
more.
ahead, Ray.
Tell you right.
As I was saying, last night y'all should have come by, man. It was big fun, but y'all never guess who's gonna be there tonight.
You won't be there, Ray.
Who that there?
Who that, Ray?
Just guess.
Check 1, 2. That's right. This
Catch any can heading uptown because all the drivers know about Ray's. Come on, go Mountain. Somebody's got to watch the door.
they got the FBA step coming up in a few weeks.
I can get used to this. This steak tastes like butter. Just for you cooking. Got some steak sauce? Boy, get us some worcestershire sauce. Clean off that damn thing. I'll whip your ass. I know your club got gambling. Okay, it wouldn't be a club without some dice. Lucky shot. My man, let it ride. All right, poker, let me ride. Yes! Damn, party on. Put all the women in my car. Get inside.
All right, so we are at the museum spot that we just purchased out here in Los Angeles. Beautiful space, man. Beautiful, beautiful space. This is the museum space. We're going to put a lot of good stuff in here. Some of the stuff that you see is not going to be in here, but
some of the stuff you see is not going to be in here.
Game is a little different out here. It's a little different. Some of my people, if you're out here and you know that game, throw some, y'all holler at me, man, and let me know some of the ins and outs of that. Any shortcuts or any kind of hookups that y'all might know. Yeah, liquor in the museum, absolutely. Because at night we're going to have events. We're going to have events there. Now the liquor won't be served during daylight hours. We're not going to serve it, when families are coming in. We're not going to
No surrender, no retreat.
But we have nighttime events, which we're going to have. We're going to have nighttime events there too. So, when we have comedy night there, we're going to have some stuff there. And I don't even drink, but I want people to come in. If we're having a nighttime event, I want people to loosen up and enjoy themselves. Yeah, people might get a little wine, might have a little cold duck in there, get a little sippy sip. Somebody else is selling me that too. Jack Daniel. You'll stand up. Yeah, we're definitely going to have a comedy. We're going to have comedy nights there too. We're definitely going to have comedy. There's a lot of great comedians out here, and we want to showcase their talent, and connecting with the right people. So we don't need to drink liquor. Look, I'm not a fool, even though I don't drink. If we're having a club event, sounds more like a club than a museum. Okay, does that sound like hate?
Check that too.
Okay, is that going to be a new hate talk or bad hate talking point?
Check.
This the real deal. Let's go. Yes, sir. This the real deal. The feds is watching the phone, plotting to get me because I'm exposing the straws. They say I'm trolling like 50. They thought they catch me in Cali. Knock me out with some charges. If I was 25, I probably would have stopped them out regardless. On the run from the feds because that boy is a fed. If this was back in the day, I put a price on his head. You want to swing on the guard, you little swindler.
There we go.
With the feds
I'm just checking out some stuff.
And in the car,
Nah, I'm a little smarter.
I live to fight tomorrow. I refuse to let you leave me to slaughter, you little punk. I got children to raise, I got people to uplift. Your intentions is to
What up, family? I'm just checking out.
And at the same time,
I'm just checking out.
You're a government witness.
Listen, family, I won't be live tonight, but I will do my best to be live tomorrow night, family. Tomorrow night, I'm gonna be live. Yeah. Is that an O'Shea with the Crip Jam?
Your job is done.
How that sound? Let me see how that sound on my end.
The feds is watching, informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. I said the feds is watching, informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. The feds is watching, informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. I said the feds
I need to get all my controls in order. This is a whole new platform now.
They say I'm trolling like 50. I said the feds is frauds. They say I'm trolling like watching. They say I'm trolling like 50.
I mean, you ready? You already here. Let's continue the stream.
I got the heart of my
All right, let's see what we got.
the wisdom of Ali. I never say why me.
Instead I say why you didn't heed the warning. You know how I do.
Destroy them devils, cause the devils are punk. I'm the manifest of God, star crescent and unk. And use a Twitter revolutionary way
All right,
to
let's
get
get
hacked. I say I got smacked, sitting in front of your compact. I'm boots on the ground, 10 toes down out west. I could have called up my people and pulled up to your rest. And your gated community is your federal prison. Don't think that we don't know.
I gotta
how
get
you
up
really
early in the
living. We
morning.
got you.
Somebody say 33K. I got 33K, Starlight. Listen, I got to get up in the morning, family. It's 12:14 on the East Coast. Let me tell you something. I got to get up in the morning. It's 12:14 on the East. Emmanuel Biss said, hit that like button. It's 12:14 on the East Coast. I got to get up in the morning, family. I got things to do. Goodness gracious. You know, Moist Lips, he don't got nothing to do in the morning. You know what I mean? He up all night popping that little medicine and all that. He ain't got nothing to do. You know what I mean? I got things to do, family. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook up all my controls so we can get all our music pumping and get everything going. And then we're gonna be live tomorrow, family. I just can't do it tonight because I gotta make sure that I put things down, fam. Man, I ran into some things with my vehicle, and man, I gotta get busy, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get busy. You know what I'm saying? I got a little baby. I got little baby. You know what I mean? I gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But as long as the video is crispy, I'm doing good. You know what? Let me try something else, family. Don't go nowhere. Let me try something. I wanted to try double videos. See if I can do double videos. I'm going to try that tomorrow. Family, you know what I might do? I might do a day show tomorrow. Just in case. You know what I mean? The boss have a problem with me doing a show. I might do a day show tomorrow. We're going to see. But yeah, fam, I can't do it right now because I got to get up early. You got to get some tech people, GS. Yeah, man, listen, I'm on a shoestring budget, man. You know what I'm saying? I keep telling people there is no money in YouTube. You know what I'm saying? See, one thing for sure is that beyond a tech people, you know, legal fees for doing shows like this is quite expensive. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Like, although you got these big YouTubers out here, you know, you know what I mean? When it's all said and done, you know what I mean? I've faced 3 different lawsuits. You know what I'm saying? I haven't. Check 1, 2. Hold on. I haven't succumbed to any, but that don't mean that you don't have to put out money for them. So yeah, we do. I think I got to put the resources where it need to be, you know. And I'm talking about the one that I did to preserve my name. You know what I'm saying? The one that I did to preserve my name, and then you have a few people that did one on me, which, you know what I mean, we'll talk about that real soon. But nevertheless, I got to put the resources where it is, man. It can get expensive, man. You know what I mean? What up with the bear? Is he going to get involved tomorrow night? Hey, brother, do you want to, Godson? I got a link for you. I do the show right now. I got a link for you right now. Come on, Godson say he had something to say. I stay here for Godson. Godson says that he's not African, etc., etc. I stay up here for Godson. Where you at, Godson? I just sent you the link. Come on through. Come on, FBA. Come on. He said, Tariq, you should do super chat and put information so we can respond. Yeah, I do it. Come on, I stay here for him. I stay here for Godson. Godson came on a post and he said that he's not African. He's not African. I said, okay, no problem with that. But I'm telling you that you are just as much as African as you are American. Can we meet that middle ground? You know what I'm saying? And now, then, listen, I'm off the cuff. I ain't even got no receipts that I can show you, tangible receipts right now, but I can give you logic. He was saying, Tariq, you know his argument was? You know what his argument was? Tariq says that, he didn't talk like that because I don't even know how he talked, but that's what he said. Tariq is right when he talk about the tethers. That's what he said. He said Tariq is right when he talks about the tethers. He says that because he was driving a truck. Look at them hands. Them some raw hands right there. He said that he was driving a truck and he was working with an African dude, and the African didn't even want to really associate, identify, or, I guess would be relatable to him in so many words. But what I'm trying to explain to him is that regardless of what the African feel about you, regardless of what the African said about you, that does not change the historical record. I'm not saying that you're African per se. I'm saying that you're descendant from Africans. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you ain't got to accept African. What I'm saying that you are descendant from the land that they call Africa. That's what I'm saying. Because when we go into history, we know that Africa is not the original name of the whole landmass. However, I will listen. I just sent the link. I'm telling you, I'm not saying that you're typically African as it relates to Africans coming from Nigeria, Ghana, Tanzania, or any place like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you're descendants of the people who inhabited the land that we call Africa today. That's what I'm saying. Now, if you're saying something else, then let's hear it. I'm saying that if you're claiming that you said African, listen, yes, I said Africans don't rock with us. This is what I'm saying, Godson. You said Africans don't rock with us and they don't rock with each other, is what I said. Okay, and what I'm saying is with this statement does not change the historical record, brother. This statement, GS, I said Africans don't rock with us and they don't rock with each other. That does not change the historical record, brother. That's what you have to understand. Your emotions and your feeling and your discord with any group of people does not change the historical record. We're talking about the historical record. We're not talking about slander. We're not talking about feelings. We're not talking about emotions. We are talking up is what he said. Okay, I got you. We're not talking about that, brother. We're talking about the historical record. Can we be clear with that? That's all we're talking about. We're not talking about they said black people are lazy, and then you said that they wash their face with pee, and then you said, and they said, and then he said, and then she said. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the historical record. That's all I'm talking about. So all of this other stuff, brother, we need to get beyond those petty little claims that we have against one another. Guess what? The European don't rock with you. But guess what? You go work with them every day. You know what I'm saying? There's a small percentage of Europeans that really have the best interests of humanity in their heart. A small percentage, but you don't pass a whole bunch of judgment when you go and fill out an application and you sit there just like a good old fella. Yes, I've driven. I probably have possibly 50,000 miles under my belt. Not you, godson. I love you, brother. You know how I do, brother. They gonna make me do a show. They went and get godson to make me do a show. I know what y'all did. I know these little games y'all play. Y'all went and got godson to make me do a show. GS, I got African DNA, but I'm not African. I got European DNA, but I'm not European. This is not what I'm saying. Again, understand what I'm saying, godson. If you have majority of African DNA, then it would be in your best interest to identify with the founders of civilization before colonization and before slavery, so you can teach your children the greatness in which they come from. That's all it's about. Listen, when you look at the situation of us as a people, whether you believe we came over here on ships or whether you believe we commandeered the ships and traveled here, we came from somewhere. That's the point. And the genius of our people, whether they commandeered a ship here, it shows that history was hidden from us to say that it was discovered by Christopher Columbus or discovered by Amerigo Vespucci, whatever his name is. It just destroys the narrative that we were living as savages like a Tarzan movie. So it's in the best interest to trace yourself back to your greatness, because you will want to teach your children how great they were and then how they fell out of grace so they can get back in line with their greatness. That's what history is all about. History is not all about identifying with a group of people that don't like you today. That's not what history is about. History is definitely about not trying to hold hands and skip through the lilies because somebody said that black people is lazy. That's not what history is all about. That's not what history is all about. History is identifying your greatness, looking at your flaws, and being better for tomorrow. That's what history is about. That's why history is recorded. So when you say that you're not African, I hope that you're just saying it in the modern sense, that you're not from Ghana, that you're not from Nigeria, of course we are a new people here in America from our experience, but nevertheless, the experience of our ancestors run through our veins, just like and when I'm talking about our ancestors, I'm talking about our ancient ancestors. You are your ancestors come again. So the spirit of your ancestors run through your veins, whether it was on the plantation or before the plantation, whether it was on the continent of America or when you came here from another land to America and commandeered the ship yourself. The history runs through your veins. So to deny your ancestors is to deny your future greatness. That's just what it is. And let me tell you something. Psychologically, they know this. They know the psychological warfare that goes on the soul of our people. When you can beat up the mind and the heart of our people to trace themselves back to nothingness, they will begin to develop into nothingness. And that's what we see today. See, one thing about us is we don't pay attention to is that the history of our people, right? And I'm a Moorish American, and I identify as a Moorish American because I know that the Moors was the last stronghold of any African people before we was dominated this last period in which we still are in the midst of being dominated right now. I understand that Moors, I understand this. I understand that Moors was the masters of mathematics. I understand that the oldest university is in North Africa. And let me tell you the difference between a university A university and a college are two different things. A university has different compartments of massive different compartments of departments of education. You know what I mean? So you got sociology, you got psychology, you got mathematics, you got, you know what I mean? All of these things. So our forefathers are the founders of universities. Show me a university in America founded by our forefathers. So when you deny this greatness, what you're doing is, what FBA and all of these people are doing, what they're doing is they're buying into the idea that our history starts after the Civil War. That's what they're buying into. But when you look at modern society is built off the back of Moorish society, North African societies. I mean, listen to this. He says slave ships went near everywhere in Western Hemisphere, GS. Them Brazilians are Brazilian. Can't tell them they're Africans. Oh, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Listen to me. Listen to me. You don't have, listen, just because a Brazilian don't believe that he descendant from Africa, that doesn't mean that it changed the historical record. See, you're making a really, really bad straw man argument. At one point, we identified as straight Negro. That don't make us that for real, for real. Just because we identify it, you know what I'm saying? Listen. You need to come to my history class. The trauma of our people is so dramatic that once they would ship us in from the Gold Coast of Africa, they would take us, drop us in the South, and then trade our people, put them on a ship, and take them to the North. Some of our people was born here. Some of our people were born here. Some of our people was captured on the land here. They would put them on a ship in a place like Delaware, take them down to Mississippi, and then tell them they were from Africa, when in fact they were indigenous to these lands. So all of these arguments are true. All of these arguments are true. The point that I'm making is it doesn't change the historical record. The people that's indigenous to America, how did they get here? The people that are indigenous to Brazil, how did they get there? And where did they come from? That's the historical record. So you can't change the historical record. This is why when you look at things of the culture of Brazil, you can find many of the same remnants in West Africa. GS, my people go back to the plantation in Mississippi. Negroes was natives that got reclassed. I just said that. Didn't I just say to you, Godson, that it was some people that was indigenous here that was snatched from their homes? They were put on ships, and then they were taken to another area of America, and they was reclassified. I said that. Brother, are you listening to me? Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me, brother? I'm saying that there is multiple variables, brother. There's multiple variables. There is not one thing. There's not one thing. And stop buying into the one thing dynamic. Let me tell you something. Let's do an example about the European Jew. The European Jew is literally from the outskirts of Russia, Germany, etc. But the European Jew has attached himself to an identity that other Europeans would confirm, and now they tell their children that they are God's chosen people. Do you know the type of confidence that they children have, even though it's a lie? Imagine the confidence that your children would have if you told them the truth. Imagine that. And just because your people was on a plantation in Mississippi, they had a history before that plantation. They had a history before they stepped on the soil of North America. They had a history. The oldest civilization on this planet, it's not found here. The oldest human being on the planet, it's not found here. So why are we so adamant about separating ourselves from a history that is so great that it can empower a whole race of people? It can challenge them to do what they had done before. It will challenge you in mathematics. Why is it if we are the ones? Do you know that the numbers that we use came from out of the Moors, Arabic numbers? Those are Arabic numbers. When we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we write them, did you know that? Did you know that? Godson, did you know that? When we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, did you know that? Huh? And Arabic is not something that's equated to a pale European who adopted Islam in the desert. Did you know that? Did you know every time you see a dome structure in a major city, that comes from the architecture of the Moors? Did you know that? Huh? Do you know every time you see a castle in Europe, and specifically in Spain, that is the architecture of the Moors? Do you know whenever you see a Catholic church in the United States of America that got those bricks put together, those lopsided bricks all coming together, and it kind of look like a castle, that is an imitation of your forefathers and foremothers? You are the founders of producing great architecture. You are the founders of producing the greatest mathematicians, greatest doctors. Did you know that? Did you know any of these things? Do you know that you can show your children how you were the one to understand how bricks need to sit on a square? And that everything on the planet that is built by the hands of man sits on a square? Did you know that? Do you know when the Moors set their feet at a 45-degree angle or a 90-degree angle, it has nothing to do with Freemasonry, that the European Masons stole that from our forefathers because we knew that the as it says in the Bible, the head cornerstone that the builders reject? Huh? The head cornerstone that the builders reject, they was relating that to Jesus, but the head cornerstone that the builder reject is the 90-degree angle that sets everything upright and perpendicular. Did you know that? Do you know that every building, no matter if it's round, if it's square, that it sits on a 45-degree angle? So when you see the Moors sitting that got their feet at a 90-degree angle, it represents that firm, solid foundation. Do you know they stole that and now they call it Freemasonry? Brother, we're talking about high science coming out of North Africa. Show me the comparison of the high science. Do you know that even in America, the TP is a replica of a pyramid? Did you know that? Do you know that a TP is replicated of a pyramid? Come on, man. You would lie to your children and get them stuck on a plantation? That's what we doing now? We're going to lie to our children that our history starts at a plantation? That's what we doing now? We will bamboozle the ones that we love and tell them that everything that they ever stood on, it comes from a plantation? That's what you're saying? That's what you're saying? You feel good to tell your people, your children, your neighborhood that the best thing that you ever produced was cotton for another man? The best thing that you ever produced was stolen from you and made the other group of people rich and wealthy? That's what you're standing on. You satisfied to say we built this country, but not adding we built it under duress. We built it at the edge of a whip. Huh? Did you know we built it at the end of a whip? But you'll sit up there, not you, brother, but many of these people that talk this FBA stuff, they will talk this stuff, but they will not accept the fact. When they say that they built the country, they will not accept the fact that they built it at the edge of a whip, at the end of a whip, of a braided whip. Whack up, whack up, whack up. And then everything that your talent built after the institution and during the institution of slavery was stolen, and it empowered and enriched everybody else. What are you talking about? Do you know when you was in school and they say they got the caveman playing they got the European caveman with the big beard and the hair going down, and they indoctrinate you and your children at the same time, because many of us, we are nothing but grown children. We haven't matured yet to understand the science of the greater evolution of the mind. So we're still children in many regards. So we watch this stuff. We watch the Flintstones, and the Flintstones indoctrinate your children. I mean, that this type of man, this type of woman is at the beginning of civilization. They build a house into a rock. You know what I'm saying? They take rocks and wood and make a car. They can talk to the dinosaurs. And for an impressionable mind of a child, they don't see themselves in that imagery. And so they come up believing that this type of imagery, even though it's a cartoon, but anything relative to it makes it more superior than themselves. And they grow up doubting themselves. And then you come along and say, I'm not African. I'm not African. My people was enslaved in Mississippi. Okay, I got that. Good. Now, tell me what they was doing before enslavement. Tell me. I can tell you what my forefathers was doing before enslavement. I can tell you that my forefathers conquered Spain. I can tell you that my forefathers ran through Italy. I can tell you that my forefathers traded goods and services all the way through the Mediterranean, all the way towards India and back. I can tell you that my forefathers traveled what they call the 7 seas. I can tell you my forefathers is the one that actually created the wheel, and that little cartoon image about a man with this long beard in the side of a cave making a wheel out of a rock is a falsehood. That we had carriages all throughout history. It's all written on the wall. Now I'm going to ask you. Come on. Yeah, I'm on my soapbox tonight. They got me on my soapbox tonight. But this is the point that I'm making. If one teaches you to detach yourself from your illustrious history, that is the game that's been played for a long time. That's the game that was played right after slavery. That's been the game. And again, I want to underscore, whether you traveled here and commandeered a boat here before slavery and you were here, you came from somewhere. Whether you commandeered a boat or your ancestors commandeered a boat or was on the land when the land divided, you come from somewhere. You come from somewhere. You just didn't pop up on a plantation in Mississippi. You just didn't. Show me the empires. Show me the empires here in America. Show me. I can show you the ones throughout Africa. Show me. That doesn't mean that we did not inhabit this land, because of course our forefathers did. Our forefathers have conquered the planet. Our forefathers conquered the planet. We are indigenous to the planet. The world is our home. The world is our home. But our bed, our resting place, is in the cradle of civilization. And you should never forget that. You should never forget that. You should never let social media or propaganda detach yourself from an illustrious history. We trace ourselves back to time immemorial. We trace ourselves back till we can't trace ourselves no more. There is nothing on this planet that has not and will not be replicated after what we've done. Even when you look at an automobile today, that's nothing but a variable of a horse-drawn wagon, a camel-drawn wagon. It's just a variable. It's just a variable. Everything in the world is a variable of what we develop. Everything. When you look at a engine, which they attribute that to a brother, and the patent was stolen. But nevertheless, when you look at our ancestors traveling and trading, whether it was in China all the way back to North Africa, East Africa, and you talk about explosives and dynamite and talk about things of this nature, family, we've been doing that. The whole thing that we don't understand is this is the trick. This is the trick. The trick is to convince you that you are not who your forefathers were. Therefore, we forgot that we played with gunpowder. We forgot that we made batteries, electricity, and things of that nature. We forgot. And so when the European come on the shores, and they even call a car engine horsepower. Bam! When the European come on the shores, and don't let this be you, they target the most gullible amongst us. See, a brother told me the other day that I am what my forefathers were. And I said to him, I said, yeah, from what I see in you, your forefathers was one of the ones that was washing his face with pee. Your forefathers, see, everybody wasn't architects. Everybody wasn't philosophers. Everybody wasn't mathematicians. Some people washed up in cow doo-doo. And these are the ones that would be targeted. Everybody is not A-type personality, 5-star intelligence. And these are the ones that the European would target. Where the tribal leader showed signs of weakness and flexibility. And then the tribal leader, with some kind of way, get the strong, the smart, in many ways, but gullible. The ones that was super strong and was super smart and not gullible and found out what they got themselves in, they jumped off the ship. I'm not doing this. The sisters and the men, they jumped off the ship. I'm not doing this. The ones that was indigenous to the land and was captured, they would rather die than to be subjected to that. These are so we have the intelligent amongst us, And we have the intelligent gullible amongst us. Today, we look at the intelligent gullible. The intelligent gullible one, they hear a nice speech, and the next thing you know, they hook, line, and sinker. Whether it's in the church, whether it's Moorish science, whether it's Nation of Islam, whether it's Hebrew, whether it's FBA, they hear something that they can relate to, and they hook, line, and sinker. They don't know that they're just being gullible. Because if you are attaching to yourself, if you're attaching yourself to something that leads to nothing, then you've been gullible. I've been gullible a time or two. But that's when I was younger. Like we intelligent now. I would think we are. We got a computer at our fingertips. The whole thing in a nutshell, family, is that you should never separate yourself from your forefathers and foremothers. You should not separate yourself in the sense where you stop your history right at the part where you are dominated. Because before you were dominated, you were great. And you continue to be great. The only reason that you want to act as if it's of some relevance and importance that you are indigenous to this land is because someone said that you're lazy. Because someone don't want to accept you into what they're doing. I'm just telling you that doesn't change the historical record. Just because an African don't want to accept you into what they're doing, so what? That doesn't change the historical record. That doesn't change the historical record. We're looking at the historical record. And we all have a common history. We all have a common accomplishments. No matter where you look at in Africa, especially during the period of slavery, we come from an illustrious history, and we cannot deny it. I mean, you can. Go ahead, deny it. And you're going to get what you've been getting. You're going to get what you've been getting. And you know what we've been getting. We got rappers that easily take a check for an album. You got sisters that easily take off their clothes and show their behind for a come up. You got brothers that'll fall for the next end thing on social media. If someone comes up with something, that resonates with them, that supersedes FBA, they're going to drop FBA and they're going to go to that. I'm not saying you said any of this, godson. I never said that nobody need no validation from Africa. I never said you said that, brother. I never said that. I never said you said that. I'm just talking right now, godson. No, I'm not saying. Hey, fam, let me say, I'm not attributing this to godson. I'm just talking right now. I just got on my soapbox. That's all. That's all. I just got on my soapbox. That's all. No, I just got on my soapbox. I never said you said that, brother. I just got on my soapbox. If our people embrace this critical thinking, exactly. My thing is, why are we so desperate about an African accepting us anyway? Like, an African don't have to accept me. I accept history for what it is. I accept history for what the record says. You know what I'm saying? An African don't have to. I'm not missing a hug. Me and my father was best friends before he transitioned. I'm not missing a hug. Me and my mother, best friends. I'm not missing a hug. You know what I mean? I don't need an African to like me for me to like and love them. I don't need that. Why do I need that? That's adolescent thinking. Oh, they don't like me, so I don't like them. No, I know they're just as ignorant as I used to be. I know that they have a colonized mind as I had an enslaved mind. I know that. I know the trauma is real. I'm not going to hold it against them because they choose to adopt the colonized mind and not like me. I know who they really are, not what they seem to be. I know who they really are. Just because they don't know who I am, that doesn't change my perspective. Because a person don't know who I am, now I'm going to project what they are not. I know who they are. So, I mean, that's like, we really need to grow up in this intellectual conversation. You know what I mean? Like, we want to change just because someone don't like you, just because one won't embrace you, just because one won't accept you. That is not enough evidence to change the historical record. That's my argument. That's my argument. And when one put out that fake concept that they are going to delineate, my question is then, where, when, how? Show me what you done did. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Show me exactly what that means. In real time, give me an example. I don't want to hear anybody philosophy. Delineate means X, Y, Z. Delineate me. I don't want to hear that. Show me in real time. I can show you my moral science in real time. I'm talking about really, really demonstrate it in real time. I'm talking about every element of moral science, not just talking. I'm talking about living the life. I can show you in real time. In real time. And so my question is, if you're saying that you're delineating, what does that mean? What does that mean? And give me an example in real time. Because of course, one that says he's doing something don't mean that they're doing it. This is just social media hype, man. We got to stop buying into social media hype. Like lately in the real world, FBA has fell off so bad. It's at one time, right? Let me show you something about what happened with FBA. FBA was a good concept for those who didn't know it was a grift. The moment people knew that it was a grift, then the concept was no longer valid. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. You had unsuspecting people that would support, this was like last year or the year before, that would support the concept of FBA because they believe, which this is a truth of it, that we are a different people. We are a new people. We are not exactly like the people in which we came from, but that doesn't change the fact that is our descent nature. That doesn't change that fact. But we are, our experience makes us a new people. And so that resonates with people. But then when people start to really consider, like, hold up, we are a new people, but that don't change the people connection to what I came from before our experience made up of new people. That doesn't change that. Do you really think that an Italian that came in on Ellis Island is the same Italian that lives in Italy and never came to America? No, they're two different experiences. The American Italian is not like the Italian in Italy per se, but the American Italian does not deny its Italian roots. Press 7 if you hear what I just said. Listen, I give you an example. The Chinese person in America that has all of the phenotypical look of a Chinese person that was born in America from the 1940s and generations all the way up until now. The American Chinese person is not the same as the Chinese person that never stepped a foot in America. Just in that short span of time makes them typically different. Phenotypically, the same. Genetically, the same. Experience changes the dynamic. But that Chinese person does not cut himself off from his roots and his heritage. And guess what? When they open restaurants in America, they sell Chinese food that they don't even sell in China. American Chinese food is not Chinese food in China. But guess what they call it? Chinese food. We are the only crazy people on the planet Earth that will listen to a 6th grade dropout to identify us and make illogical claims sound logical. Like you have people that have graduated some of the best colleges. You have people that have graduated some of the best universities. You have people that have crazy accomplishments and will listen to a 6th grader. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. They will listen to a 6th grader to give them a directive to identify themselves for something that they just made up or that someone made up and pay him to push. That's insane. That's insane. But that shows you how infantile the minds are of some of our people. That just shows you. That shows you. And it's sad to watch. It's really sad to watch where you see grown, intelligent people. Like, I ain't gonna front. A few podcasters that I admire. I watch them make a shift. And I'm like, how are you 40 and 50 years old all of a sudden making a shift, calling yourself FBA? How are you? How does a SETI that comes up under Dr. Ben? How does a SETI that come under John Henry Clark and all of the greats, Asher Kwesi, how does a SETI start to do shows to try to support and stand on FBA business? How does a guy like that goes to show you, number one, for people like SETI should have got himself a marketable skill, number one. Because it seems to me that SETI had an abundance of information and he was eating off the information in the Sinetta era. When the Sinetta era closed out, the money closed out. And so they go to the next thing. And the next thing is something that can keep the money flowing. But these people need marketable skills. That's right. Cyrus Sutin said it. You need a marketable skill. That way you ain't got to compromise your principle. If YouTube go away today or tomorrow, you have a marketable skill and you can feed yourself and your family. You can go anywhere in the world with a marketable skill. Anywhere in the world. You don't have to sell your soul. You don't have to sell out for the next popular thing. You know what I mean? You don't have to sell out for the next popular thing, but that's what happens. And the sad thing about it is, during the Dr. Ben era, during the John Henry Clark era, they spit a lot of information and they gave up a lot of knowledge. But one thing that they did not give the young people was a marketable skill or a concept of the necessity for a marketable skill. And for those that came under these great scholars, they left with information but did not have a marketable skill. They didn't even know how to publish their information or market their information in a book. They just had a bunch of information. See, for those that rock with me, I'm going to tell you, get a marketable skill. I'm going to tell you that's a talent right there. You should try to market that. But I'm not talking about marketing on the internet and trying to persuade your people to buy your honeysuckle lemonade online. I'm not like that. I'm like, nah. You need to do A, B, C, and D. Period, point blank. But that's the point. So when you get a Cyrus Sutin SETI, because the information, oh, let me see now. Okay. The information was not paying the bills no more. Talking about Kemet wasn't paying the bills. Talking about Meduneta, stopped paying the bills. Arguing, screaming, and yelling on the internet. No more lectures, no more crowds. All of that's gone. Next thing you know, He talking about rappers and FBA. And listen, sometimes I want to talk about these rappers too. I look at the thing about what's the thing they got going viral now? Max B. I look at all of this stuff and I'm like, man, they celebrating a man that just walked out of prison after that was given 75 years. He walked out of prison doing some of the time, but there was a life loss like we really celebrate right now. We really celebrate like a person get out of college. You don't see no videos about the person getting out of college, running around, being showered with money, being showered with automobiles, being showered with this and that. But a person get out of jail for a body, you know what I mean, for robbing somebody, and then telling the police that, yeah, I was a part of this, and you know what I mean, take a plea to get out, and you got cameras following them everywhere, going to the Jets games, all celebrity. Man, they are celebritizing death. I mean, they are celebritizing death. So there's some conversation that I would like to talk about as it relates to what we see on the internet today. But hey, I'm going to keep my foot on these frauds' necks. That's what I'm going to do. Well, family, y'all got a little stream out me tonight. I got to get out of here.
Check. Is that right? Talk about
Y'all ready?
1, 2, check. Is that right?
Check.
Is that right?
Yeah.
This the real deal.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Hold up. I think they are celebrating his artistry, not what he did. But I get your point. What artistry? What artistry, brother? See, this is another thing, Kaz G. We have to stop making concessions for nonsense. What artistry? Name one hit song that Max B have. Name one, brother. Anyone. Man, listen, if you want to talk about artistry to be celebrated, you let me see that Tootsie Roll. That Tootsie Roll. That at least people know the song. Bro, I've listened to Max B. I listened to all that. I listened to hip hop. I've listened to hip hop. Max B has most of his presence from drama, brother. He got most of his presence from drama, not from his music. Just because you're a fan of his music, and I like music, especially hip hop, just as much as anybody, probably more so than, that's all I love is hip hop. But he ain't get recognized. I mean, he's recognized because of the drama that he brings to the table. His music ain't bad. But come on now. The point that I'm making is that we celebrate death. Free the wave. We celebrate death. And because you like a person's music, you don't overlook the atrocities that follow in the wake of the wave. You don't like I can't listen. I come from a place probably not much different than Max B. Never been accused or convicted of anything to the level of Max B. But one thing you would never hear me do is talk about the dark side of my life before I came into the light of my life. Now, I will have a book about my life because I believe my life can inspire some people. I do believe that. But you will never be able to interpret me as celebrating the destruction that I may have caused. Never. 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 And to see how people celebrate when a person comes out of prison. It's not like he was a peace fighter. It's not like he was fighting for freedom or for justice. It's not like he was demonstrating any element of a Martin or a Malcolm. It's not like that. But they celebrated. So my point is, hey, I know what the culture is. So I watch it. I pay attention to it. It is what it is. But we need to start celebrating those who just became doctors. Those who just, like, we need to start, who going to shower them? Who going to shower the ones that's going to be the doctors to save the next life in our community? Now, I ain't streaming tomorrow night now. I ain't streaming tomorrow night now. You know what I'm saying? He don't see cryptonomics don't know nothing about Kaz. Cryptonomics don't know nothing about Max B. He don't like them conversations. You know what I'm saying? But who is going to be the one? Who's going to be the one? Who's going to be the one to celebrate the next doctor? Who's going to be the one to celebrate the next lawyer? Who's going to be the next Johnny Cochran? Who's going to be this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah. And somebody need to put their foot down. But I'm not going to have those conversations because I'm going to keep my foot on the fraud neck. But I was ready to go anyway. Cryptonomics. That's right. I'm tired, man. And y'all kept me up, man. I got to get up early in the morning. I ain't coming tomorrow to Starlight. I ain't coming tomorrow. I can't wake up tomorrow. I got things to do. I'm tired now. Cryptonomics they told me, go ahead. Now he's saying keep flowing. Man, I'm tired now. Let me starlight, star bright, which star I'ma see tonight. It won't be me. I just messing with y'all. Peace and love, family.
It's the real deal. Let's go. Talk about. I said the feds is watching, informing, plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing this frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. They thought they catch me in Cali, smack me up with some charges. If I was 25, I probably would have stuffed them up regardless. On the run from the feds because that boy is a fed. If it was back in the day, I put a price on his head. You wanna swing on the guard, you little swindling frauds. With the feds on the block, the roof, and in the car. Nah, I'm a little smarter. I live to fight tomorrow. I refuse to let you leave me to slaughter, you little punks. I got children to raise, I got people to uplift. Your intentions is to enslave my people in grift, and at the same time snitch on anybody suspicious. You're a government witness and they just changed your name, gave you a new identity, location, and fame. But we know who you are. You can't hide no more, Marcus. It's coming to light what you done did in the darkness. Been an agent for years. Yeah, back in 91 you infiltrated the rap game. It's Cosmo Flex. Your job is done. The feds is watching, informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. I said the feds is watching, informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. The feds is watching, informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing